Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for gathering here today as we celebrate the life of David Yarbrough. Now, as a close friend to David, when we were both in high school together, it does pain me to see that he had to go out in such a way, and it's devastating to hear the news. But to back up a little bit, I know David from high school. Actually, we were in men's choir together in Scola for 3 years, and I remember meeting David for the first time. Yeah, I was sitting in men's choir, just talking with the rest of the guys, and David walks in. And for those that know David, he was blind, so he walked in with a stick, and he just found his way to a seat and just sat down. He was just kind of quiet, and that's when our choir teacher, Mr. Acker, walked in, and we were all talking, asking questions, and he was one of the happiest kids that I knew, which is very surprising, as he didn't let his disability slow him down at all. And that's how he was for the next 3 years that I knew him. Whenever he'd be trying to figure out songs, even when he didn't have Braille, he'd just be listening to us and trying to figure out what his part was, or he'd ask Mr. Acker something, and he'd be working so much on his off time, as trying to be able to sing with us, which he was good at, and we even had little scripts in the moment where he would act out certain parts, and it was a really good time uh, for him to be able to express himself, and it was a big example for me that even though he'd struggled so much in life, and that he would always come in and tell us about how kids would basically run him over in the hallways because he was blind, and he was in their way, and they would just run him over. He'd come in and talk about that a little bit, just kind of show his frustration, but at the end of the day, he'd just be all cool with it. And I don't know many people like that can take that kind of abuse isn't really the word, but that kind of a level where people look down on them and still go throughout life happy. And yeah, that's why David has been such a great inspiration to me and to the rest of my friends. So that's why when I was asked to be able to speak at his funeral today, I was glad to accept that opportunity. So as we celebrate the life of David, I just want to share a few stories of that and hope that encourages you in this time of sadness, that it becomes more of a celebration than a mourning. So thank you.